Okay, now we'll recognize each one of our honorees, and I will be reading some of their service records, and they will then have an opportunity to add to it if they want. Okay, Billy Jackson. He went into the military on May 26, 1943, and discharged in October 26, 1945. He was in the Army Air Corps, the 456th Bomber Group. Got to the rank of Staff Sergeant. Areas of service was Italy, and I don't know if I can pronounce this one, and you can probably do it too. What is that? Japanese, I thought that's what it is. Southern and Northern France, the Rhineland, and the Balkans. His medals are an Air Medal, Europe, Africa, Middle East Campaign Medal. And his experience of stationed in Corolla, Italy, with the 15th Air Force. Was shot down on a B-24 bomber en route to German fuel supplies in Lacrima, Czechoslovakia. He was captured and became a prisoner of war. Fuel supplies were later destroyed and had significant effect to end the war. Billy, you want to make some more comments to that?
The 15th Air Force was, the Air Force was supposed to take all of Germany. And they had some big refineries down there in Romania, Ballistic. I don't know whether y'all ever heard of that. But it stays on your mind if you've been there. That's where all the masters used to shoot their guns. Well, we knocked that out on August 17, 44. And the next big refinery was at Blackhammer, Czechoslovakia. And that's where we started right then. And it was, last time I was there 3 times. And last time was on Friday, October 13th. But I talked to some of the boys that kept on flying. They finally got it knocked out. And you know, that's, if you stop to think about it, when the Germans were pushing back across Europe, when they got to the gasoline depot of the Americans, they stopped them. If the Germans had got to that supply of gasoline, you don't know what had happened, but they stopped them right before they got it. It wasn't the Air Force did it. It was the Army of the grunts. And I'm glad they stopped it.
How about the insignia that the only ones that are going to be familiar with this patch that you guys got are the ones that are sitting up here. That ruptured duck. Would you remind everybody what that is?
You know, when you got discharged from service, they had a little emblem. I don't know, somebody named it the ruptured duck. That's why most of the people looked, you know, they was proud to wear it because they wasn't in service anymore. That's the last thing they give you. That was a common deal, but you know, a lot of veterans wore it for a while, you know, a long time after the war was over, to show that they've been there, I guess. I don't know where my ruptured duck is. I wish I could have brought it. Maybe some of you other fellas got them ruptured ducks. Y'all want to say anything about it?
No, let's wait just a minute. Eric? I think Eric's going to give you a ruptured duck here. ruptured duck. Okay. Okay, Dennis, I think you and Billy went into service the same day?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right. That's, they left the same day.
Yeah, we go on the bus.
Yeah.
To Houston.
All right, okay. Okay, your date of service is February 42 to 45. Branch of service, Army Air Corps, 8 Air France. Attained the rank of Tech Sergeant. And the area of service was Europe. Medals, air medal, Flying Cross application destroyed. It was destroyed in the St. Louis fire. Okay, served in all campaigns in Europe. Served as engineer on plane and gunner in top turret. Now listen to this. Ordered to remove a 500-pound bomb that got stuck on the plane on a mission. Successfully made removal with another crewman member's assistance. This was done with a machine gun barrel removed from the top turret and used as a tool to pry that thing out of there. The bomb was dropped in the English Channel before reaching the target. The crew had put on parachutes for possible jumping if the bomb could not be removed. All right, you saved the airplane and the crew, right? Okay. Do you want to add any comments to that? Speaking to, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was on the very first mission. That was a nice introduction. And not only was it the bomb got home, but we were flying a bombing mission over Hamburg, Germany, and on oil installations. And we were flying at about 22,000 feet when we dropped the bombs on Hamburg. And then the bomb got home out. And Hamburg, it said, was defended by 1,388 millimeter anti-aircraft guns. And you could tell that from a distance when we got there. It was black clouds. It was very close. One of our planes got shut down in the group. We were flying in formation in 48 planes group. And one of them got shut down. The rest of them just got more holes in them. But finally, over the English Channel, I got that bomb loose with that machine gun barrel. And it was only, I don't know if you know, but a B-24 bomber had a catwalk and it was about 7 or 8 inches wide. And we couldn't wear a shoe. And we had to wear a oxygen bottle go down there because it was 22 degrees below zero at that time. And it was much cold. But we made it back to England.
All right.
The pilot said, put on your chute. If we can't get that bomb loose over the English Channel, we're gonna let the plane go on the automatic pilot and bail out away. That's what we made it okay. All right, good. There we go. Okay.
Walter Carnes. Dates of service. Oh, excuse me. Dates of service was October 31, 1945 to November 18, 1946. He was in the Army Infantry, Cavalry, and Military Police. Reached the rank of Tech 5. Areas of service, U.S. Army of Occupation in the Philippines and Japan. Medals is Army of Occupation. And while being shipped to Japan, atomic bomb was dropped, and while in Japan, he guarded the Japanese POWs. Okay, Walt, do you have any comments you want to add to that? Speak into it close.
Can you all hear me?
Yep.
All right. I may not look it, but I'm the youngest one in the bunch. I was 15 years old when I was out in my garage with my little crystal radio on a Sunday morning when the program was interrupted and the told us that the Japanese had bombed Pearl Harbor. 15 years old. Well, I didn't get into the service until after I had graduated. And by then, we had already made the landings at Normandy. When I got into service, as they had told you, I was on a troop ship west of Hawaii when the bomb was dropped. And we went to the island of Leyte, to the town of Tacloban, which was the capital city of MacArthur's headquarters. So we were used as prison guards for all of the Japanese prisoners of war there. The problem we had is that these guys were resistant to acknowledging the fact that they had lost the war. So from time to time they would try to escape. I don't know why they wanted to do that, but that was one of the things that went. It was shortly after that they shipped me off to Germany. And I wound up down in southern Germany in late spring. We were patrolling the Austrian border, which is in the foothills of the Alps. We did this on foot. And by some strange turn of events, I was told that I was to go to Munich. When I got there, I also was told I was now in the military police. Things kind of happened pretty fast. I was assigned to the headquarters of the 2nd Mechanized Cavalry. And we were used for the security of the facility from time to time. And an organization called the OSS, which today is the CIA, would come and take us as assisting them in picking up the various war criminals that were going to be sent to Nuremberg for trial. But as you can have already been told, along about November of that year, I was sent back home and given one of those ruptured
Okay, Walter, thank you. Okay, James Lamb. Date of service, March 26, 1943 to February 15, 1946. He was in the Army Air Corps, the 777th Group. Attained the rank of Staff Sergeant. Areas of service overseas was in Australia, Fritzen, Hollandia, Philippines, Somalia, and Saipan. And medals are Asian Pacific Campaign Medal, American Theater Campaign Medal. Served in charge of the communications for his group. Was most often surrounded by Japanese forces during operations. Was sent to Saipan for departure to U.S. for discharge. James, you have comments?
Oh, I can say that I got to see a lot of the South Pacific. Most of the places in New Guinea were still controlled by the American forces, but the Japanese were back in the jungles, and at night they would come out and eat the garbage that was left over, the GIs. We were never secure. The Japanese were around us at all times, but they didn't do anything because they were getting handle with ammunition and everything. We were bombed several times, and it was an experience going from New Caledonia all the way up to New Guinea and then to the Philippines. I've got quite a bit of traveling, so I enjoyed it all. Thank you.
Okay, Whit Jones. He's a long timer. June 1943 to October 1974. He was in the Army Air Corps and the Air Force. Rank is Colonel. Areas of service was Europe, Korea, and Vietnam. Distinguished Flying Cross, Legion of Merit, Air Medal, and events met the Emperor of Ethiopia, delivered the first jet to Ethiopia, flew 115 missions in Korea, 25 missions Vietnam, was proud to serve, always doing just what he wanted, and felt very blessed. You want to add anything to that, Whit? Real close.
Well, the thing about this celebration, whatever it is it reminds me of the time before the war started. I'm talking about World War II. I remember we came home from church that Sunday, and my dad was a ham operator, and he said something happened in Hawaii. We've been told we had to get off the air because he worked as a fellow in Hawaii every Sunday. So we knew something was going on when they shut down on the radio. But finally, somebody said, well, they bombed Hawaii, Honolulu. And we didn't even know where Honolulu was. But we went to school on Monday following, and everybody was. And then on the next day, everybody knew what was going on. And I have to look back and say also, our school board, in their wisdom, had developed a military training program within the high school. It wasn't ROTC or anything like that. It was just. So I had taken a lot of the aircraft courses and that sort of thing. And that's when I was called up, drafted. That's because that was the only way you could get in then. But everybody was volunteering and filling all the slots. But anyway, I remember a few days after we figured it out. Well, our principal came in the room, in the classroom, and he said, I know what you guys are thinking. If you're your last semester and want to go, I'll give you the book. Well, I finally went in service. And I became and finished high school. And I was able to pass the exams for the Army Air Corps, which is all I ever wanted to do. When the time of World War I, drew all of that was done over. Paper tablets, a couple of years ago. And all across that tablet was drawn airplanes, U.S. airplanes fighting in Germany. Also a small thing that represented the wisdom of the community then was we were getting a Japanese ship and German ship coming into our port in Brownsville for most days and carrying on scrap iron. And my dad said, you know, that's coming back at us. Okay, and it did. And then for, I went to a little country school. From the very day that we were able to get the first speech to Hitler, our principal took all the boys into the auditorium. He had an old radio set up on the stage. And we listened to every speech. He said, now you fellows, I know you're wondering why we're doing this. But he said, it's because you're going to be fighting. Yeah, that's what the kind of spirit that prevailed during that period. Everybody ready to go. And going the best time they could find. It was just I look back at that time with the togetherness in the community. Everybody followed them. And all during my service, I never went any place. I didn't find somebody from Brownsville. That's how it was. And they said, my B-17 crew said, how do you find all these fellas? Your friends. You know, like we were out there on Guam or someplace, and a bunch of guys from Brownsville show up at my hut. I said, all you gotta do is open a beer and give a grito. And they'll all be there. And that's the way it was. I tell you, the most, although I understand the depth of the feelings for the veterans of World War II, everyone wanted. Everybody served as best they could. Sometimes it took a little longer to get into the training program. And it was just that way. And this crowd today, group today, reminds me so much of the spirit then.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you.
I want to tell you a couple little stories about wit. As a veteran within the state of Texas, we get specialized license plates that they don't charge extra for. You pay your normal fee. And you can get on there which branch of service you were in. And which says, you know, I'm going to have to buy 2 more cars because I'm 3 wars. So and then he was tutoring some youngsters not too many years ago. And he was telling them that he was going to drive up to somewhere in another state. And they looked at him and said, you're too old to drive. And he told them, says, well, if I'm too old to drive, I'm going to just rent me an airplane, I'll fly up there. that put an end to their criticism. Okay, Eddie Pilchick is not able to be here, but we'll read his record. October 18, 1945 to January 29, 1947. He was in the Army, attained the rank of Tech Sergeant, and he was U.S. Army of Occupation in Europe. And his medal is an Army of Occupation medal. And I don't know, do we have a relative here from Eddie that... Would you come up here and accept his cap, please? Do you want to make any comments? Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. Now we get to my neighbor, Vernon Went. We just live just not very far through the pasture. It's closer than going by road. Okay, Vernon went into the service in November 12, 1942 to December 16, 1945, which was World War II. But then apparently he didn't have enough there and had to go back again to Korea, 1950 to 1951. And he was in the Navy. He was a motor mechanic first class. And he was, area of service was in the Pacific. And he made repairs to submarines, resupplied food and fuel for return to action, also served in the Korean War, in Korea service ships, and made repairs. You want any comments?
Well, really don't have, that's all I've done.
Yeah,
We got torpedoes or going there, you know.
Yeah.
Never did get bombed over us, it wasn't luck.
Good, yeah, all right.
Thank you.
Next one's Buck Coleman. He had intended to be here, but 2 weeks ago he was called to a better place. But we want to recognize him anyway. February 1, 1944 to December 17, 1945. He was in the Marine Corps, rank as private. Areas of service was Pacific Theater through April and September 1945. I don't have any of his medals here, but he surely had some. And he's not, of course, he's probably watching this. Fred, you come up and get the cap for him, please. Eddie Brose is not able to be here either. His dates of service was August 14, 1944 to July 18, 1945. He was in the Army, the G410 10th Infantry Division. He has a rank of private as a rifleman. Area of service was served overseas in northern France. Medal with Purple Heart, European, African, Middle Eastern Theater, Combat Infantry Man Badge, and Honorable Discharge. Spent 6 months in Hammond Hospital in Modesto, California due to wounds he received. Is anybody here from Eddie's family?
Baby Drain.
Okay. Tell him we missed him. Okay, Gilmore Hebner. The branch was Army Air Corps, 8th Air Force, 2nd Air Division, 453rd Bomb Group, 432nd Squadron, ground crew and aircraft mechanic. He reached the rank of Tech Sergeant, served in England, Old Buckingham, and Buckinghamshire. Plane in charge of mail call, noted plane used by actor Jimmy Stewart, who was his operations officer. And he served from 1943 to 1945. Now you want to come up and get his cap? Oh, yeah, sure.
You gave everybody else a chance to talk. I'm not talking.
Only pretty close.
Let me just say, growing up as what generation are we? We're the baby boomers. Anybody that had somebody in the war this time of the year, letters came across the country to our house. New York, Pennsylvania, Iowa, California. And one word, camaraderie between the people you served with. And as each year went by, there were fewer and fewer letters. There are no letters anymore. Thank you guys for what y'all did.
Okay, please rise and give applause to this group of men here.